Welcome everyone to Merkaba Energy Healing. So today we are doing a special reading, asking Spirit for guidance for all those souls who resonate as star seeds. Could be star seeds, light workers, anything that resonates with the cosmos where you're here to anchor in more light and to help expand consciousness. This is a reading for you. So we have 3 piles here with 3 beautiful crystals. The first pile with the first message has the celestite. Pile number 2 with message number 2 has the beautiful angel aura quartz. And pile number 3 with message number 3 has this beautiful large raw rose quartz. So just check in with your higher self, with your intuition, see which crystal with which message pulls you in the strongest. And then you may go to the timestamps down below to choose your message, and I will see you at your reading. Welcome, group number 1. Thank you for being here for your starseed reading. So I connected in with Spirit before your reading, and one message I got for all 3 of the groups is to beware and be aware of subtle interference, So as the shadow aspect of the earth begins to fragment and die, there are going to be some instances wherein they try sort of one last time in one last attempt to pull the light down. So I heard this message about being aware of subtle energies that move you away from something that is of a high frequency or a high vibration. So for example, if you came into this reading with an open heart and you wanted to know more about being a starseed and guidance from your guides, and then right before you press play, you dropped a glass, I just heard, or you dropped something, I'm seeing. That can be subtle interference away from you receiving higher messages or engaging in higher action of some sort. The interference may not be as big as like a catastrophe or an accident, God forbid. I was being shown that the interference may be more subtle and that every group needs to be aware of this. I don't know if I will remember to say this in every group, but I was definitely told to say it for this group. Okay, so welcome group number 1. You chose the beautiful celestite. This crystal really resonates with the angelic realm. It's a very pure stone. I'm speaking to pure-hearted souls, ones who feel great resonance with the angelic realm and with purity and with fairness. I'm hearing with fairness. And I'm hearing, don't dim your light. Don't dim your light. I'm hearing the word isolation. So some of you might have been in a period of time of isolation, and now it is time to sparkle, to show your light. And they're telling me to go into the cards, because in the cards we're going to find what it is you're here to teach people now, and more than that. So I want to say I first pulled a card from the Galactic Heritage deck, This is a very unique, beautifully crafted deck, all about different star systems and insights into where you are in your incarnation with regards to what your soul is learning. 2 cards came out for this group, and they were entirely connected. Then I pulled a card from the Starseed Oracle deck, and they were beautifully aligned. So the first message is here from the Galactic Heritage Oracle. Number 84 and 85, they came out together. Forgiveness and gratitude, living in the now. The Kadishan Dolphin, parallel lives. So these are here. Let me show you the image. So they're reminding me to just say, many of you may resonate with Atlantis in particular, with higher knowledge. This is a time to bring your knowledge and your wisdom from the time of Atlantis to create space to remember those gifts. They're telling me to slow down because the energy is very intense. Forgiveness and gratitude, living in the now. So the teachings of the dolphins, the Kadishan dolphins, is one of forgiveness and being in the here and now. So dolphins are a beautiful mammal. They are beautiful mammals that, though they have been hunted and killed brutally by humans, they return over and over again with joy and playfulness. They have learned this grand capacity of being so forgiving and returning once again to teach the attributes and the way of being in joyfulness and play. And so many of the souls that I'm speaking to, the starseeds that I'm speaking to, are here to ground and anchor in playfulness. They mentioned purity with the Celestite, and I see why now. There is an important mission for this group about being out in the open and not in a place of isolation anymore, because you are meant to show others how to be joyful whilst the world is on fire, whilst the world is in turmoil, to show people the light. And I feel the energy that I feel with this group is so lovely. It is so soft, so yielding, so beautifully open and innocent. And you are very much here to bring that innocence, a return of innocence, I'm hearing, to the planet. With forgiveness and gratitude, there is this middle path that they're showing me. This middle path where the dolphins can be the ones who are hunted, and they could be the predator who hunt. And yet they choose to be in the middle path of forgiveness and gratitude. And in that middle path, they're creating this tremendous balance. They're moving away from the polarized state, the polarities that exist on our planet still. And you, starseeds that I'm speaking to, group number 1, you are here to dispel a lot of the polarities that exist on the planet right now. That there is no right and there is no wrong. There is no dark and there is no light. There aren't these polarized states that many people keep getting pulled into by way of their ego. So Spirit is telling me now that this group has cultivated the capacity to transcend the ego and return to the innocence of their souls. That you have been able to transcend your egos in large part and return to the innocence of your souls. And you are here to help humanity remember that innocence and remember that middle space between the states of polarity, which is one I'm hearing of harmony and of balance. They're showing me the Judgment card now. Give me 1 second, you guys. They're bringing in other messages. Please, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so they're just telling me that the scales of justice are not about reward and punishment. Justice is really about finding that middle ground of fairness, of allowing yourself and others to look upon other humans with more fairness, and not this is what's correct or some extreme way of being. Republican, Democrat, liberal, conservative. And I might be speaking to a group of people who resonate with being in that middle path. And you're here to show people how to do that, how to do that. So they're telling me now to go to the Starseed card. Beautiful. The Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. How beautiful is that? So, there have been a lot of messages by my guides about helping the collective bring what is in their subconscious and in their unconscious to light, which is a scary thing to do, because when humans see the reflection of that which they are not aware of, they can bristle at that. They can feel perturbed by what they can't see. You, dear ones, I'm hearing, there's a lot of love and kindness being extended to this group. You are the great reflectors. You are meant to reflect truth to others. And because of this soft nature that you have, this beautiful celestite nature, I'm hearing celestial nature that you have, you're able to bring that reflection in a way that allows people's, when they see themselves more clearly, that you can help them. They're showing me this person landing on a fluffy cloud. I'll just say what I'm seeing, so maybe I can get help with finding the words to describe this. But they're showing it to me as if you can offer reflection to people in a way that they can receive, where the landing is soft and nurturing and not harsh and rejecting. I don't know why I'm hearing dejecting as well. If you don't mind, I'm going to open up the book and just read a little tiny bit about the Seas of Mintaka. Mintaka is thought to have been a water-based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could ever imagine. The Seas of Mintaka card represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability and choice to see the potential in all people and situations. See, that's so beautiful, right? Because that's what the dolphins do. They see the potential in humans, and that's why they continuously forgive and offer gratitude. Not because they have poor boundaries, but because they see the potential in humans. And what I'm seeing and being shown right now, thank you so much, Spirit, is that the collective I'm speaking to right now has the capacity to see the potential in the people around them, in the animal kingdom, in the plant kingdom as well, or their true nature, I'm hearing. So you're able to reflect that which is unconscious, that which is rooted in the soul that I'm hearing, and bring that to conscious light, and in a way that that could be well received. I'm hearing also you're the great transmitters, where you're transmitting a frequency that activates souls to their own remembrance. Mintakans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone, yes. So as these waters are crystal clear, no matter how muddied the auric field of the humans around you, no matter how muddy their fields are, you're still able to see the light within them, which is such a magical capacity. What a magical capacity. And they're showing me that with these cards being 84 and 85, you help people not just expand in their consciousness, but you elevate their frequency by way of remembering their soul's light. So you're not going and healing them, you're just reflecting and transmitting a frequency that awakens and activates their soul's own remembrance. And by way of doing that, their personal frequency rises, which to me is actually the most powerful way of healing. You're not healing others by way of doing something. You're either removing or clearing something so that they can see themselves more clearly, or you reflect and transmit, right? You reflect accuracy. They're telling me to slow down a little bit. Reflect accurately so that the soul can see itself more clearly and be brought up. And you transmit a frequency that activates that soul remembrance so that it can rise. And they say here, who is this? Rebecca Campbell says, according to Carl Jung, whom I love, I'm a psychologist, I love Jungian psychology, that which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our life as fate. Wow, how beautiful. That which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our life as fate. And that is why such a huge part of our incarnations as humans is to bring that which is unconscious back into the conscious field. We are meant to remember who and what we are. We are here to remember who and what we are. Yes. Pulling this card also means that you may be called to bring to light any unconscious patterns of which you are unaware. What I'm being shown by Spirit is that you're meant to do this for others. You are meant to do this for others. This is very powerful. Let's get, I want to get, so I made this little deck. Some of you who listen to my psychic abilities reading, I made a little deck here of psychic abilities, and I was guided by Spirit before this reading to ask which spiritual abilities and what psychic abilities you need to be aware of right now. Because throughout your incarnation, different abilities will come to light because they are needed at that particular time on the planet. And as Earth is awakening to a whole new frequency now, different kinds of abilities are going to be called forth at this time. So I want to ask Spirit for group number 1, these magical celestial beings of light and of pure love, these dolphin spirits, what abilities should they be aware of that they need to be aware of that are coming online now? Show us clearly, please, beings of love and light, source itself. There it is. Wow, spell work. Okay, so what they're saying to me with spell work is that, I don't know if you guys have ever heard that your words are spells. So different words have, well, all words have numerology, for example, and different words have a higher frequency due to their numerology, and different words have a lower frequency due to their numerology. I don't have an example off the top of my head, but you can go to a numerology website and look up different words and what their frequency is in accordance with their numerology. But what I'm hearing is that many of you have the capacity to speak words of activation to others, so that there's a way in which you speak. Like some people might have said to you that, oh, I never thought about it like that, where you say something that rings so true that it goes right to their heart, or it goes right to this, like they're showing it to me as if your words were a portal, allowing people to pass through their muddied state. And it's not theirs, it's programming from the collective anxiety and negative energies and all the programs that we've been taught to believe. Okay, you help them move out of that muddied state by way of something that you're saying. So there's spell work in the way that you're speaking, I'm hearing. There's something in the way that you communicate. This can also be by way of singing or toning, but with the voice. There's something about the voice here, which makes sense because with the blue celestite, it does resonate with the throat chakra. So there's some kind of spell work by way of the way that you're speaking right now. I think that some of you also might come into light language. I want to get one more card about the abilities that you guys are awakening to right now. What are you guys awakening to right now? What else, please, Spirit? Show me so clearly. They're telling me to take a breath. There it is. Oh, wow. Claire Gustins. Yeah, so this goes with clear salience as well. So this is clear taste and clear smell. Again, there's something about the mouth here. There's something about your mouth, about something that passes through the portal of your mouth that is helping other people awaken right now. They're also telling me breath work, and they're showing me like a yogi or someone in a yogic position, the quintessential lotus position, that you might actually activate more of your gifts through breath work, through passing energy through your mouth and into your mouth, if that makes sense. They're also saying that you will be aware of the frequency of foods because you have the capacity to sense the frequency of foods as you're eating them. So they want this group to be very aware of what you're eating at this time and what does it feel like in your mouth? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? They're saying that high vibrational foods will have this roundness to them where it's going to feel very alive in your mouth. And this is because you guys really resonate with this life force energy that the foods are giving you right now. And in order to sustain the life force energy within you and to keep emitting this high celestial frequency that you guys transmit to the world, you must eat the appropriate foods as well, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Okay, well, that's the end of your reading, group number 1. Thank you so much for staying for this reading. I really do hope something resonates. And if nothing else, I really look forward to connecting with you all in the next reading. Take very good care. Welcome, group number 2. Thank you for being here for this reading. Today we are asking Spirit for guidance for all the star seeds and light workers out there during this immense shift on the planet. We need guidance more than ever. So let's begin. So you chose the beautiful angel aura quartz, and immediately I'm being shown a pinkish, almost silvery aura around you. This tells me that you have a grounding cord to the great cosmic heart, to Andromeda. Some of you might connect with Andromeda. I'm hearing that many of you feel like earth angels, like you do not belong here. Some of you might struggle with some illness. You might have difficulty being in your body because it's very unfamiliar and it's very heavy, I'm hearing. And even this crystal feels very heavy, which means that it's indicating to me what you have carried for millennia, what your souls have carried for millennia. I'm hearing that you're very multifaceted souls, that you might not be very, you might not feel like you're very understood by many. There's great mastery in this group, which connects with the cards that we'll go into in a minute. You might be life path masters, so 11s, 33, 22, 44. You might also be double digit numbers in your lives right now. So you might be age 33, 44, 55, 66, and so forth. 77, they're telling me to say as well. I'm hearing that you're trailblazers. You're not meant to look or perceive the world like anyone else. You're meant to show other people a new perspective, a new way of looking at the world. They're showing me the hanged man, the hanged one. They're saying that this collective has to learn how to accept their bodies and be on the planet for their mission. Your upper chakras are very open, but your lower chakras need a lot of nourishing right now. They're recommending that you use, what are they called? Singing bowls, I think they're called. So the red, orange, and yellow ones, you can look for singing bowls that help awaken the lower chakras, the lower toroidal field on YouTube, and just see which person resonates. They're showing me an oak tree. I don't know if any of you resonate with oak trees, but you have tremendous wisdom and you want to connect with nature that carries they're showing me like a parallel frequency. So like you have tremendous wisdom from the cosmos, and you need to find your divine counterpart in the earth plane. And that would be something like a sequoia or an oak tree, an old tree that has wisdom from the earth. And this will help you feel more connected to the earth, because whilst the frequencies are slightly different, at their nature, at their core, it is the same. It's this abundance of wisdom and knowledge that you both hold within your divine blueprints, I'm hearing. And they're showing me specifically to put your hands on the roots of the oak tree or of a sequoia, if you have a sequoia near you, or you go visit a place that has sequoias, the oldest trees. They're showing me the oak tree in particular. I wonder if any of you resonate specifically with oak trees. So they're saying for those of you who don't feel at home here, this is a good way to feel more resonance with the earth. They're also showing me for some of you to dip your hands in the ocean. So often they show the feet, but for some reason, they're saying because you're healers and you work with your hands. So they're showing me putting your hands up to like past your wrists, deep into the ocean, and just sort of let your hands move with the undulating waves. And this is cleansing, but also awakening. You're going to feel an awakening with the frequency of the ocean. Okay, so those are 3 ways that they're guiding this group to connect in more with the earth. Yeah, they're telling me that you're here to anchor in light codes right now, and you can't anchor them in if you're not anchored to the earth. They're also telling me that it's time for this group to get going on your physical wellness. I'm asking Spirit right now to please guide you all. Please be patient with me. I am seeing the word detox for some of you. I'm seeing some green juicing to alkaline the body, but also to ground. I'm hearing magnesium for this group. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. Please check with your medical doctor about any supplementation. Yeah, I'm seeing magnesium is important for this group because your nervous system is so overwhelmed by EMF, by electromagnetic frequencies, and also by the anxiety on the planet right now, and by the terror on the planet right now. You're very sensitive to the major shifts that are occurring. I'm hearing solar flares. This group is very sensitive to the solar flares that are occurring right now. And while they're helping awaken you, you have a very refined nervous system, very angelic nervous system. So you're very overwhelmed by the frequencies. This came up actually in another one of my readings, but I'm going to say it again here. You might be called to biogeometry, they're telling me not to go into it too much, but they're basically these different shapes that fragment electromagnetic frequency as they come into your home, and cellular, like cell tower frequencies. So you might want to look into that. They're telling me to close that out. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, they're telling me to go to the cards. So, wow, I feel very much in my head. I'm very warm. I'm getting actually very hot. My hands are very sticky. So you guys might download frequencies, energies very easily, which fries your nervous system. And I'll just say I experienced this myself. I'm hearing that you are the great conductors of high frequency energy. So you pull in a lot of high frequency energy through the body, which burns out the very delicate nervous systems in your bodies. So I'm seeing that breath work is very important for this group, magnesium, and all those three different ways that they showed about connecting in with the earth at this time. I'm actually getting shaky as I connect in with your energy, you guys. You guys really have to ground. I can't tell you this enough. My last video that just blew up out of nowhere called up the shadow of a lot of people who felt called to that video. And I got some lashback as well. People do not like seeing their subconscious fields, but a lot of people did, and they were grateful for that and grateful to Spirit. But I was shaking so violently as the comments were coming in because all of the energies were flooding into my field. So I had to cleanse and clear for the last 48 hours because it was absolutely overwhelming. And this group, I'm hearing this is a highly sensitive group. And so what I'm feeling right now is what I felt in the last 2 days. And I just want to send my empathy to you and my love. You guys need to use salt baths to clear the debris because you're very empathic. And I'm starting to feel it in my head. So you're gonna start to feel that a lot more, you guys. You're gonna start to feel shaky. You're gonna feel overwhelmed by the energies that are abound on the planet right now. And it's coming from your human souls, human brothers and sisters, not necessarily from negative energies or entities anymore. This is actually coming from the collective. And part of what you're here to do is to be these great conductors of high vibrational energies through your bodies, but you must be grounded to do this. I'm also hearing that you're the great transmuters. So because you transmute, meaning you alter the frequency that is being absorbed through your body and out through your body into light or into a higher vibrational frequency. Your physical vessel has to be crystal clear. I think that's why they mentioned detox. Your physical vessel has to be crystal clear so that the transmutation process can be successful. Wow, I'm literally vibrating, you guys. The souls that I'm talking to right now, I resonate so strongly with. And we have to be very, very clear conductors of energies, or we can sort of just let that muddied energy get set up in our field. And that's when we get sick. That's when illness descends. Okay? So this is really important guidance for you guys because you, my dears, you are the ones who are being called most strongly of all three groups to rise to the occasion of the great shift right now. I'm asking to ground right now. Please bear with me. Please take a grounding breath with me. Okay. So I didn't just pull from the Starseed Oracle. I pulled from, wow, my head is really spinning. Just give me 1 minute, guys. I need to ground. I'm going to pause the video 1 second. Okay, thank you guys for your patience. So I also pulled from the Galactic Heritage cards, which is a masterful deck. If you ever really want to work with knowing the origins of your soul or of your soul's blueprint and where you incarnated um, throughout millennia, this is a wonderful card. This is really for the very serious starseeds who feel like ancient souls who really want to learn about the other star systems that are abound across all time and space. This is a very profound deck, I would say, to a profound oracle deck to use. So the card that came out for group number 2 was the Zeta Reticuli, the Zeta Reticuli, the future, which is number 100, ultimate evolution. This is a very highly evolved group of souls, very highly evolved with the 100 here. As you go up in the numbers in this deck, you are more and more evolved as a soul. So the story of the Zeta Reticuli is one of a group of beings that transcended their own fear and lower vibrational energies into a higher vibrational energy. They're actually telling me to read from this, from the book here. So let me go ahead and do that for you guys so you can understand what you're about. Whew, I'm vibrating, you guys. Okay. The Zeta Reticuli. This card represents the birth of a new species. The Zetas transform themselves from a species of fear and limitation to one of higher consciousness, compassion, and love. Because of this, they can now assist countless other species in their evolution. So this is what they're telling you, that you are meant to assist other humans in their evolution. You may look like humans, but you are a highly evolved souls in human bodies, highly evolved. And you are meant to show other humans how to evolve in many different ways. They said that you are multifaceted. Indeed, you are. You're going to show humans how to evolve in many different ways, by modeling, by holding frequencies, by being transmuters of frequencies, by reflecting truth to others in many different ways. You have the capability to make dramatic changes in who you are by walking through the fire, confronting rather than avoiding your fears. It is also very connected to the preceding card, 99, mirror reflection. So in group number 2, they were the great reflectors. So if you resonated with group number 1, please go ahead and listen to that message as well. And I'm not trying to get people to listen to multiple messages. That's not what I'm here to do. And if you think that I'm doing that, then my channel is not for you. But if you felt like you also are someone who reflects consciousness to others, you reflect other people's truth to others, group number 2 may also be, group number 1 may also be for you, as the book is saying. This card refers to the profound evolution that happens when beings confront their fears and the issues they don't want to see. But it is much more than confrontation. It also has to do with seeing issues you are avoiding clearly and not looking away, while surrendering to the process of owning their presence in your life, embracing them as teachers, having gratitude, and never judging yourself because of them. This leads to compassion, self-responsibility, self-respect, and the ability to receive and give infinite amounts of unconditional love. This process is so powerful that if everyone in the whole human race were willing to clearly see themselves and do the work necessary for evolution, Earth could transform with a very short amount of time. Beautiful. So you guys are really meant to be the masters here, because you have evolved so drastically in your own soul consciousness that you are here to awaken that in other souls. But this group is meant to do that. You are meant to be the masters to show the way to other humans who are going through their own evolution. So they're telling me to show reveal the Starseed card. Right. I forgot what card fell out. So I didn't choose these cards. Spirit showed these cards and they really go together. Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Wow. I'm getting the gene keys for you guys. This came up in a recent reading. The gene keys. Okay, so you might have a gene or something in your DNA which basically says that there is no one for you to follow. There's no guru, there's no mentor, there's no guide for this group. Excuse me, I'm starting to clear through my body now. You guys are meant to very swiftly transmute energy and show other people the way. The great trailblazers I'm hearing. Wow, I did not clear at all through the first, through my body in the first group, but I'm clearing so much for this group and with this group because I reckon that you guys do this for others. You help clear muddied waters and you bring in this crystalline energy from the cosmos. And I'm being shown that you're meant to bring the divine blueprint of planet Earth, which is her crystalline core. You're meant to bring up the encoding within the cosmic heart of the Earth up to the surface to help humanity evolve. Wow. That is tremendous. So in that, I want to pull from I made this little psychic abilities deck. You might have seen this in my psychic abilities reading I did a little while back. But I was guided by Spirit to ask what psychic abilities, what abilities do you need to pay attention to specifically now? Because all throughout your incarnation, different abilities are going to come to the forefront, going to come to the fore. And that's because at different times on the planet, different abilities are going to be needed. Okay, so they're showing me that you guys may not have a lot of friends, you might not have a lot of people around you, and if you do, you may feel like you're the leader, you might feel like you're very different, you might feel like the black sheep. This is important. They're showing me what I call the great clearing, which is often what happens during tower moments historically for people. But for this group, this is happening tremendously, where people are leaving your life so that you can feel the energy of your own frequency very clearly and not be muddied by other people's energies. So just be aware that if you want to call in your soul brothers and sisters, you're looking for your soul tribe, you're looking for your divine counterpart, if you pay a lot of attention to clearing your own frequencies right now and getting so clear about who you are and what you're here to do, and you know how to cleanse and clear every single day. This particular group has to cleanse every single day. If you get so clear in your energy, very much like this crystal ball here, where you can like see through the muddied waters so easily, that's when your soul tribe can come in. That's when your soulmates can come in if they're not already there. But you're really, really meant to be the trailblazers, and trailblazers really go alone for a time. So welcome that in now, because you're going to pave the way for a lot of other people to evolve very rapidly. And therein lies the opening or the portal through which you can call in your soul tribe. But you are going to be the leaders, my dears. You're going to be the leaders. You're going to create a whole new species of human. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the first card that's showing itself, sorry, they're stuck together. Oh, no, they're not. They're just thick cards. Animal Whisperer, beautiful. Those people who tend to be more isolative, or not by way of choice, but by way of function and form as they evolve as souls, they tend to be highly connected to animals, because animals hold tremendous wisdom. So at the beginning, they were talking about the oak tree. This, I'm seeing like an elephant right now. So I'm seeing very wise old animals that you might also want to connect with. They're also showing me horses and they're showing me, what are they called? What are those called? It's like a chameleon. It's in the lizard family. The lizards are also very old. Oh my goodness, spirit. What is this animal? Iguanas. Iguanas. So you might be connected with iguanas, elephants, horses, any others. I'm also seeing buffalo and hippos and hippos. So a lot of these ancient creatures, they're also saying like crustaceans for some reason. Anyway, so they're just saying that there might also be animals that you feel highly connected to that might also offer a great deal of wisdom. They're saying that also, like house pets, your animal companions at home hold a great deal of wisdom. So try to sit in silence with them if you have any animal companions right now. And let's just get one more, please, for group number 2. Ooh, pendulum. Oh, okay. So they were saying thank you, Spirit. So they were saying at the beginning of the reading that a lot of you are very sensitive to EMF or electromagnetic frequencies. So the pendulum can be used to show you where there are fragmented energies in your homes. So they're showing me that the pendulum might really go crazy. They're showing me almost like a zigzag, which I've never really seen, but I don't want to pull out my pendulum right now. It's beneath a bunch of crystals here. But they're saying if you work with pendulums, or if you haven't worked with pendulums, this might be a time to work with pendulums, where you might be able to see different parts of your home that have fragmented energy by the way the pendulum moves in a way that doesn't when you're asking yes or no answers. It's kind of frantic and frenetic. And when you do this, when you find those areas, they're saying to bring in selenite, and you can just sort of wave the selenite over that area to clear that energy. They're also saying that some of you might be traveling to different parts of the earth to clear ley lines, and that you might bring pendulums to those places to find where there are fragmented energies and where there are high vibrational vortices with which you can work, with which you can call in very high frequency energies to be funneled into the earth. And they're showing me that some of you might be traveling to Egypt soon. Some of you might be traveling to Mount Shasta, I'm seeing, which I believe is in California. And then tell me if that's wrong, I'm not sure. And then they were showing me Sedona in Arizona. Some of these major vortices, you might be called to travel. And they're saying that there are other vortexes or vortices that are going to be unlocked at this time. So if you feel very strongly about traveling somewhere and you don't know why, this group is meant to do that. You're meant to travel somewhere. So if you have that travel bug and you're like, I don't know, I was called to go to New Hampshire, I was called to Italy, I was called to Spain, I was called to Australia, for whatever reason, there's something about you cultivating the awareness of places on the planet that you're meant to go to right now to anchor in light codes, and that you might bring a pendulum at this time to do that. I'm also hearing Africa. Yeah. Yeah, and you might want to you might be called to connect with some of those animals they mentioned before, and where those animals reside on the map. You might feel called to go to those places where those animals live. Okay, you guys, that is your reading for today. Thank you so much for staying with me for this beautiful reading. If anything resonated, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to connect with this group sincerely. So if nothing else, I send you guys so much love and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very good care. Welcome, group number 3. Thank you so much for being here for the reading. Today we are asking for guidance for star-seeded souls on the planet right now. Asking Spirit for guidance for all starseeds and lightworkers on the planet right now, as Earth moves through probably the greatest shift that humanity has ever experienced, starseeds need guidance more than ever before. So, Spirit, please show us very clearly what group number 3 needs to know right now. So, I'm seeing that this group is very connected to the cosmic heart, which is the cosmic heart of Andromedan, which I believe group number 2 also that came up. You all have a kind of lightness of being that resides within the heart that helps awaken other souls to their own divinity. I'm seeing a mix of colors in the auric field of this group. So I'm seeing blues and purples, a lot of purple actually, and a tinge of yellow. There is guidance for this group to be aware of how hard you're working. You're not meant to work so hard. You have an important mission here, but you're not meant to work so hard. There needs to be some more time for stillness and going within. Spirit, what guidance do you have for group number 3, please? I'm hearing when there's a will, there's a way. So some of you might have been struggling with reaching your goals or figuring out even what your goals are. And I'm hearing that when there's a will, there's a way. So you need to trust the path that you're on right now. But Spirit is definitely saying that you're meant to work smarter and not harder. And the way to work smarter is to create more space for stillness, to go within a little bit more. Yeah, they're showing me the Hermit card, which is all about going within, stillness, being lit by the whispers of your soul, by your higher guidance, and not by other people chirping in your ear. I'm hearing squawking, like as if you're hearing a lot of other people's opinions about what you're here to do and how you should do it. And that has to quiet down. They're showing me like a volume dial going all the way down. And I'm feeling like pressure in my head, almost like you guys are being overstimulated by your environments right now. And you need to have a lot more quiet. Yeah, so they're saying that you guys have a very active crown chakra, and I guess that's what that purple was what I was seeing there. And you're allowing a lot of noise into your crown chakra. So they want you to sort of do some kind of chakra balancing or chakra cleansing, which also came up for group number 1. But this is more about the upper chakras need to be cleansed. So they're saying for this particular group to listen to, I think they're called singing bowls or song bowls, the bowls that resonate with the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. So you can probably find those on YouTube. I don't actually have a direct recommendation there, but you might listen to some frequencies to cleanse and clear the upper chakras. Okay, so they're telling me now to turn over the cards. So for this particular reading, I pulled from the Galactic Heritage cards, which is a magnificent oracle deck teaching us all about many star systems that many of us do not know about, and helping us connect with those star systems in which we all incarnated at some time or another. So if you feel resonance with this deck, please go ahead and get that oracle deck. So the card that fell out for this collective was card number 66, Sharing Cultural Ideals, the Pleiades. So you might resonate with the Pleiadian star system. The Pleiades bring a lot of joy actually through the heart. I'm not surprised that they coupled. I did not choose these cards. These are what came out. But when I think of the Pleiadians, I think of a collective that is so joyful, so intelligent, but so joyful. And they remind us how to live through the heart. They want me to read a little bit from the book, so I'm going to do that for this card, for card number 66. I don't usually read from the books, but for this deck I will. Pleiadians are enthusiastic cosmic anthropologists. They love studying other cultures and interacting with them. Part of this is sharing the Pleiadian culture with other species as well. This is never to dictate what is right or wrong, but purely for the purpose of exchanging ideas. This natural curiosity is also within you, and this card is suggesting that you embrace this part of yourself a bit more. Don't be afraid to explore and share with others what you've learned, but do so from a place of neutrality and genuine loving kindness. So what they're also showing me is that you are here to help be progressive and help other humans sort of push the envelope, very Aquarian, I'm feeling, to push the envelope on what is considered the cultural norm. So some of you may feel like misfits, I'm hearing, or where you toe that line between the norm and the abnormal, I would say, that you prize diversity, I'm hearing, that you might reflect to the world the value in all of humans being very different one to the next. You're reflecting that by way of compassion. So you might do things in a very unique way. You might dress a very unique way. You might have careers in very maybe strange or unique sectors, I'm hearing, or let me just hear spirit. Can you please guide group number 3 and guide me in explaining what this is that they do? Yeah, I'm hearing that you just go by the beat of your own drum. And by way of your uniqueness, you help enliven other people to do the same, to be who they are and nothing but. You are truly authentic souls. And in your authenticity, you encourage and support other people in enlivening their own unique divine blueprints. You might be protesters or have spoken out about things in the past. I'm hearing things like animal cruelty, or I used to do this in college. I would protest against drilling in Antarctica, which would kill the caribou in Antarctica. And I'm seeing that some of you might be ones who speak out against injustice, okay? You might have been some of the people who were out there in the Me Too movement, or Black Lives Matter, or anything that was recently a call to action. You might have been a part of that collective. You are not ones to shy away from, I'm hearing like coloring out of the lines. You don't shy away from speaking up. So this collective, I think the reason why I saw so many different colors in your auric field is because you use a lot of elements of your chakra system to speak out. You're colorful in that way. Like I'm seeing like a colorful flag. You might really speak out against injustices with marginalized groups, or groups that have been polarized in a negative way. I don't really know how to put some of this into words, but you guys are real warriors in this way. You definitely push the envelope, I would say. And so when I saw your auric field, I saw a little bit of yellow, which is about the solar plexus. It's about the I am consciousness. Some of you might be Aries, some of you might be Aquarians, where I saw some of that blue color, where you're really pushing the envelope and you're really showing other people a new way of being on the planet. And with that purple color, this is about expanding consciousness, expanding awareness, showing people that there's a whole new way of thinking, a whole new way of being in the world. Really mavericks, I'm hearing. And you do this by way of modeling, and you do this by way of reflecting. And you do it through compassion. Yeah, so I'm hearing that, yeah, you're the fierce lovers, I'm hearing. I love that. The fierce lovers. So you combine your fierceness, that power, that strength that this collective really has, but you don't do it by brute force, I'm hearing. You do it by love, by compassion, by accurate reflection. Another group had, I think it was group number 2 that had the master numbers, but this is a master number 66 right here. So some of you might have life path numbers that are master numbers, which are all the double numbers, 22, 44, 66, and so on. But you're meant to be masters in this particular way, to reflect to the world the beauty in our differences, the beauty in our differences. Sorry, my cat is jumping onto her tree from the window seat. Okay. The next card that you got is You Are Not Alone, Isolation, Physical Connection, Community. So what they're showing me in this card is that by way of your unique essence, the way that you walk in this world, you are meant to build a whole new species, one that is highly diversified, one that is highly unique. You know how people say, I'm here to find my soul tribe? Where your soul tribe may not exist yet because you are co-creating it with other unique souls. You are meant to have this connection with people, this physical connection with people, to build this community of like-minded beings, where in your like-mindedness, you're not alike at all, because you prize in other people differences, being different. You're not here to find people who are like you, only the aspect of you that prizes diversity. That would be the foundation of this group that you're building, that you all prize diversity. You all prize thinking outside of the box. You all prize invention. You prize co-creation. And because you're all so much in your power, you don't bristle at someone else's gifts. This group understands, oh, I just got a big yes on that. Thank you, Spirit. You all really hold in high regard that each soul has its own unique gift, and that we are all here to do wondrous things. I'm hearing that you will all shine together, that you are masterful at understanding that every soul can shine brightly and not dim anyone else's light. These are very hardy souls, I would say, this group that I'm speaking to. Very powerful, very hardy souls. Okay, I am hearing that there are quite a few Aries in this group. Some Geminis I heard as well. Okay, and then we heard Aquarius before. So Spirit guided me to pull this deck that I created. Some of you might have listened to my Psychic Abilities reading. I use this deck primarily in that reading to explore psychic abilities. So Spirit guided me to explain that at this time on the planet, different psychic and spiritual abilities are coming up specifically for this specific Yuga cycle, this exalted time on the planet as Earth shifts into higher consciousness. So they asked me to pull from this deck to show the starseeds and the lightworkers, to awaken them to what abilities you need to pay attention to specifically at this time. Because all throughout your incarnation, different abilities are going to arise to the occasion of that time frame on the planet. And in this particular time frame on the planet, you are meant to awaken and be alert to specific abilities. Okay, so let's see what abilities that group number 3 needs to be aware of right now on planet Earth. Ooh, So we have healer through creativity and artistry. Very interesting. So creativity does reside within the heart as well as in the solar plexus. So you guys might already know that you're very creative souls. You, especially with the pushing the envelope, being Aquarians or Aquarius type of energy. So you might have Aquarius rising. You might have a lot of energy in the fifth house in astrology, the house of creativity. Okay. But what they're showing me here is that some of you might be healers, and it is through your creative spirit, your creative, like, again, they said that you were creating something new before. So it's also by co-creation. But if some of you resonate with being healers, you might actually start bringing other modalities into your healing arts to expand upon your healing gifts. So some of you might channel through artistry. So you might start drawing pictures, and those pictures might have a blueprint in them that activates souls, for example. I've seen some people do this. They paint pictures of the divine blueprint, of the soul blueprint of humans, which is beautiful, and that helps activate the soul. But something through creativity and artistry is a way you're going to heal others. Please let me know down below if any of you are doing that. I'd really like to know if anyone is creating something new in their healing arts that the world has never seen before. But this is definitely a group of innovators, I would say, for sure. I'm hearing for sure. Oh, and they're saying it that it could be the reverse as well, that some of you might be artists and creatives, and that you're just starting to awaken to the idea that through your artistry, you can bring healing to people. Okay. What other abilities are awakening for group number 3? Spirit, show me clearly. This one wanted to come out. Manifestor, law of attraction. Interesting. Let me just hear what Spirit wants to say about this. Please, Spirit, show me clearly. Oh, okay. So they're showing me the magician in the tarot. And if any of you know the magician card, he has all the tools. So he has the wands, the swords, the pentacles, and the wands, the swords, the pentacles, and the cups. Thank you. In that card. So they're saying that this particular group, you have all the tools that you need to manifest greatness. Okay, you're not going to learn much from other people in this specific time. You're just going to come together in a community of other manifestors, of other magicians, and you're going to work together to create something magical. Okay, so while you may not be needing to learn from others, you are supposed to be in a community of people right now who all have magical abilities, who all push the envelope. So they're saying that there's something about you attracting your soul tribe right now by way of getting very clear about your gifts. Yeah, and they're showing me even in this card how these two people are magnetizing each other. Okay, and they look like they're twinning, but one is in pink, one is in blue. So you're supposed to magnetize your soul tribe right now. But what I'm seeing is that there's supposed to be, it's almost like an online platform or a group that gets together on the beach or in the forest, and you work together magically with one another. I'm almost seeing like also some witches, like spell work. Let me know if any of you have already started to cultivate your group where you're working with other people. So I'm seeing like people working with music, and I'm seeing people work with energy and working with artistry, but together. It's something I've actually never seen before. So you guys are definitely coming together with your soul tribe at this time. And I feel like Spirit is saying, like, put the call out if you haven't found them, whatever feels right to you. It might be a call through music. It might be through healing. It might be asking your guides, but you're definitely meant to be coming together at this time with other people with each of your gifts in tow, and together each all of these gifts are going to emit something the world has never seen before. Like it's actually something I can't quite put words to, but I reckon that the people who will hear this message will know exactly what I mean. At least I hope that you will. Okay, you guys, so that's the end of your message. I really, really hope something resonated. I really thank you for staying for this message. I send so much gratitude for you guys. If something did resonate, please let me know. And if nothing else, I send you guys so much love and so many blessings. Until the next reading, take very good care.